Cooking soul.
Well, good evening and welcome to the Day One Wrap from Pinehurst, North Carolina, the cradle of American golf. And right now it feels like a very cold cradle. It's the 78th Donald Ross Junior Championship, round number 1 in the books across a variety of golf courses today. And hopefully you joined us for the live stream and were with us because we were able to cover just about, well, almost all of the kids, the 350 plus that are participating in this event, both boys and girls. I'm Nick Gismondi. This is Rhea Scott and Steve Scott. It's a pleasure to have you here as we wrap things up from the cradle here in Pinehurst. Well, first of all, there's no avoiding the obvious. It is freezing outside. And it's only going to get colder. That's the good news, Rhea.
I know. Steve and I were looking up the temperature for tomorrow morning, and I think it's in the 20s when we start out.
Oh, yes.
Indeed.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes, we'll be sitting wherever we're sitting, hopefully by a fire or something. We got to work on that. Yes, it's going to be, the wind chill isn't going to crack 35 tomorrow as a high. So, it's going to be brutal tomorrow.
These players saw low scores across the board, or high scores, low scores, however you want to look at it. But really, the leaders, I want to start on the boys' side, is only at 2 under. That's indicative of a tough golf course. That's indicative of tough conditions, and it's only going to get harder tomorrow. Steve, we'll start on the guys' side. Let's start with the 15 to 18. That's obviously one of the targets for this event. It's one of the larger groups, but certainly difficult today. We saw the scores on number 8 prove to be very difficult.
Yeah, number 8, that is, other than number 2, that's arguably the most difficult golf course on all these properties here, on all the 10 courses that Pinehurst owns. So, yeah, there's greens that fall away from the players. Then they're not going to have it a lot easier tomorrow either. I think the wind will be slightly less, but the temperatures will be much colder. They're not going to quite feel their hands very well. And you see, if you look at the players, there's 14 of the top 17 played number 5 today. Mm-hmm. They're going to have to go to number 8 tomorrow. So those guys who played number 8 today, they'll jump over here to 5. I don't know. It's hard to say who's going to really have the advantage, but I'd much rather play number 5 if I was relatively close to the lead. But we'll see how it all shakes out.
The leaders currently, most of them are or were on number 5, so they will go to 8 tomorrow. Do you anticipate seeing the winner for the boys potentially come out of number 5 tomorrow?
It's very possible. It's hard to really handicap it right now, other than the fact that all these top players are going to have to go play number 8. It's certainly very possible. Somebody could shoot. Somebody could pass somebody tomorrow. Being with number 8 playing so cold and so difficult. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I want to come back to you in a moment. You were on number 4 today. We'll talk about that. But, Rhea, let's talk about how things were over on 1. It was windy and rainy for you as well for most of the day. But let's just talk about some of the 11 under boys and all what you saw from the girls today.
Yes, we got a little bit of everything out on course 1 today. Some challenges, some good scores. So leading the way, Ira Joshi on the girls' side. She was the only girl in the 15 to 18 division that was under par. She shot 69, had 3 birdies on her day, so really an excellent day. I talked to her a little bit after the round. She's a Pinehurst local. She's coming off a great win at this PKB National Tournament of Champions a couple weeks ago, so she's feeling good and ready and is familiar with these conditions, so she's been practicing in it pretty well.
And you caught a little bit of the 11 and under boys also.
Yes, I sure did. And then Ethan Lee played amazing today. He was also under par, 11 and under. He comes in. He has lots of tournament titles under his belt. He's a future Masters champion, lots of U.S. kids titles as well. So it should be a really exciting race. Adorable, but also really, really skilled in that 11 and under division.
I heard your interview, and we'll have that posted up on Baby Grand Golf here very shortly on the Instagram as well. But super composed for being such a young guy.
Yeah, that was actually Keegan that was he made his way into the final group.
Okay,
but
gotcha.
Yes, I was really impressed, and
Jeez.
Alex, my camera guy, was also really impressed with his composure and his speaking skills for 11 and under.
Great, we're all in trouble. Wow, wonderful. Just come and take it, bud. Steve, you were over on number 4 for most of the day. We had you on 4 and 14. What kind of did you catch and see, and your general impressions on your 11 to 14 age group?
Yeah, I think I saw everybody very composed out there. I think that was probably the thing that, there's I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm thinking about myself when I was that age, maybe a little bit, a little bit of a hothead, so to speak. But everybody was, no matter if they made birdies or triple bogeys. I mean, they just maintained their composure. They worked their way over to the next tee. That was probably what impressed me the most. I mean, you have 3 scores under par in that 12 to 14 age division. Jack Cole and Bryce Lloyd, Oliver Shawn, all shooting 1 under par over their 71s, and that's it. Everybody else even par or over. Number 4 is no pushover of a golf course. I mean, the redesign by Gil Hance back almost about 8 years ago now. There's a lot of greens that are pushed up. Green complexes are just that. They're very complex. If you miss the green, you're going to have some definite issues trying to get the ball up and down.
On my side, you got to join me a little bit there as we pull up the results for that. But like we said, it was tricky, and that hole was the 18 handicap on number 5, the par 3 14th, and it played like that early on. The green was receptive; it got a little bit soft. The wind wasn't howling too much, but as soon as it changed, that turned into a bogey. That turned into a bogey hole very, very quickly. And I did misspeak. The current leader is only sitting at 1 under. 3 players are tied at that. That's Jake Brody Snyder, and Sawyer Driscoll. 3 others are at even: Spencer Mills, Liam Houghton, and Trevor Leeds. And then it's very tight the rest of the way. 3 are at +1, and a slew of players are at +2. So really sort of up to anybody to kind of go after and attack tomorrow.
Yeah, and here's the deal. They have to keep the whole locations and the teeing grounds the exact same that they were today. So even though it's cold, they won't be able to push the tees up to make the golf course shorter. They've got to play it the same to make it equitable for both waves. So, I'm sure they figured that out before the tournament started a bit. But some tough hole locations and some really tough situations out there they're going to have to face. I mean, I think over par is probably going to win this golf tournament. I have that feeling. So, yeah, it's just a matter of those players, who can battle the cold the best, who can feel anything with the club with the best. That's going to be the trick tomorrow.
Let me ask you and follow up on that question, and it'll be for both of you. How do you prepare for the cold temperatures that are coming tomorrow? Because at some point you have to stop layering because you're not going to be able to swing the club.
Yeah, it's a great point. I think if you had those hand warmers like the NFL quarterbacks have, and you can just sweep them around to your back, you hit a shot, and then those electric warmers, they're pretty good. Rhea, I don't know what would you suggest as far as from the coaching standpoint?
I think we've said it before that preparation and exposure to these conditions previously is going to help a lot. So I would predict that either some local talent rises that has seen these conditions before, or even some of these players. We saw some players from Indiana and Ohio in the field, so they're no strangers to dealing with these types of conditions. Wool socks, I would say, are the key for me. If anybody has time to get one of those heated vests that you can recharge and turn on, those are also really good. But experience is, I think, the best preparation.
What would you two pay for all of those items individually to have tomorrow? Is there even a price we could throw on that?
Right now. How about right now? It's the temperature's gone down, another 7 or 8 degrees since when we sat down here with the sun going behind the curtain.
Yeah, Nick, I do have to give a shout out to the lowest girls score of the day, Angelina Chang in the girls 11 and under division. She was 2 under. She shot 68 today. What a fantastic score for that age.
Incredible. We will keep this very brief today, and I'm sure all of you will understand, and hopefully tomorrow morning we'll find a nice cozy spot inside. We would love to continue to bring you this amazing golf course in action, but you've seen it today, and if not, you can rewatch it tomorrow. We're going to stay warm for a little while because we're going to be in the cold for about 8 hours, but this golf course does tend to play tougher in the conditions. We've talked about that. There is a lot on the line. At some point, you just have to be willing to accept it and go through, and in this case, maybe it won't be necessarily the best golfer, perhaps, that wins, but the person who can outlast the conditions in the rest of the field.
I think each tournament, right, the person that comes out on top typically has the best self-talk in addition to the best skill. So no matter how you spin it, week to week, there are going to be some challenges wherever you go. But with these conditions here, they're going to need better self-talk than us sitting here. I know we've been talking about it, but we're talking about it because it is a real factor in the performance. And I think it can be something that is a really interesting opportunity for somebody tomorrow.
What does this tell coaches that are potentially, like we talked about on the morning show this morning, looking at some of these players, and maybe you're on the fence about this young man or woman getting an offer? What are you hoping to see tomorrow, knowing what's coming and knowing what they went through?
Yeah, if you're a college coach out there watching our coverage right now, definitely you're going to want to see what's going on tomorrow and what happens and how they comport themselves, and the just the tenacity that they're going to have just to make pars tomorrow. My former coach at the University of Florida, when I played for Buddy Alexander in the mid to late 90s, he always said that pars are, on a day like this, when you have tough conditions, every par is a little victory. Every par tomorrow will be a little victory for these players.
All right. We have continuing coverage for you across all of our platforms, so make sure you're a part of it tomorrow. Stay with Baby Grand on all of our socials. We'll have some updates, interviews. We've got also some highlights for you. We also have some fun special features that we've been shooting over the last few days, so make sure you give those a like, give those a follow, and if you're not already, make sure you have those notifications set. You can follow along as well with Pinehurst and, of course, all of the live scoring. Tomorrow, we will have the morning preview show for you. That'll start at around 8 o'clock in the morning. Our live coverage will begin at 11 o'clock on course. You can follow along. We'll be with the leaders, the three of us, on course until the end. We'll also have the awards ceremony for you following the conclusion of the event, and we'll have one more wrap-up for you right around 5:15, 5:30 from Pinehurst, also hopefully inside. We are going to call it a day because it is very cold outside, but we appreciate you so much for watching. Thanks for all the kind comments. Thanks for being a part of this journey, and thanks for helping us help to grow the game. Day number 1 of the 78th Donald Ross Junior Championship in the books. Day number 2 coming up tomorrow. For my very intrepid and freezing cold crew sitting behind that camera, Stan and Brandon, we thank you very much. To Chuck Wilson for having the vision to grow the game, and to Steve Scott and Rhea Scott. I'm Nick Gismondi. We're going to go find a fire. Thanks for watching. Good night from Pinehurst.
Cooking soul. cooking soul.